What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your homeboy Tony Styxx, aka Captain Jean-Luc on God, aka Red Reddington Ron. And I was asked in observation of Juneteenth, which marks the Day of Independence for African Americans, to do a piece, to do a poem. And I'm really excited to do so. So without further ado, I'm going to do one of my favorites called Wedding Vows. And hopefully you enjoy. Question. What do you do when you miss someone so much that it makes you want to cry? Answer. You take their tears and you hold them tight, hoping that pain turns pressure into diamonds so you can toss them into the night sky and spell I love you amongst the stars. Now for me, this is hard. Being half a galaxy away when in reality it's like 2.5 hours. And for me, that's an eternity too much for my heart to endure. I found the cure. Cry yourself a river. Take the tissues that cast away your tears and use them to mend bridges. Now, walk across that same bridge, burn it down with your passion, and hope that it helps you fly over any obstacle that will keep you from her, your moon lady. Mi amor bella luna. I heard Elton John, rocket bending off into unknown parts of lonely nights where the weight of my heart can be blamed upon for gravity. She pulls me in magically. Her existence is heliocentric. That means that I revolve around her. Cycling in and out of orbit as if our happiness has seasons. That means that I am breathing the very time that we spend together. So I will inhale the present and exhale the past to bring her close to me in my dreams. In my dreams is where I keep her. She makes me feel like Samson, becoming the locks that I need to push down the pillars of temptation and mediocrity. My philosophy is this: how dare I stand in the shadows of a giant if that's how you make me feel? Great, like being 6 years old in a 12-year-old foot race and winning. Now I'm grinning like some toddler who just jumped into his first sugar high from bomb popsicles and fireflies, God's paparazzi, taking pictures of us so he could remember what Adam and Eve still looked like before the first bite. Who else is getting hungry slowly, evolving into a scavenger, crawling amongst the belly of the universe, looking for the vitamins LOVE, that's letting others view ever after the way it should be. You could be Mother Earth. This explains why I don't mind being Atlas. I'll strap you onto my tired back and hold you high into the heavens where you should be. You could be my calendar girl, which is probably why I love you on every day that ends in Y. And why would you be anything less than every word in this poem, becoming all the letters I need to catch the ears of many, but only enough to get the hearts of two? And so just like you, these words have purpose. I have a question. What do you do when you miss someone so much that it makes you want to die? Answer, you tell them, I'm so in love with music, you became the best melody I ever heard. You tell them, I am so intoxicated by your love. You got whiskey for an upper lip, you've got vodka for a bottom. Please don't leave me sober for too long. You tell them, I'm infatuated, grown in insatiable hunger for falling in love with you. Be my forever trampoline, so I can experience this moment over and over and over again. You just tell them I love you. Then you hope that their response is more than enough to where you never question how you think, how you feel, or how you love again. Wedding vows. I like that piece because it fills me up with so much love and so much joy, and the idea that love is something that you have to fight for. It is something that you have to fight for. You got to fight to get it, and you got to fight to keep it. It might not be a person, it might be a thing, instincts, traumas, habits, but it's something you must fight for. You must always strive to work for. And I feel like that was what was done to gain our independence. There was a love enough of ourselves. We loved us enough to where we needed to see us truly liberated. It wasn't so much burning down a plantation. It wasn't so much rescuing and freeing hundreds or thousands of slaves. We needed to truly be free, And sometimes, just like with love, that means by any means necessary. Sometimes, just like with love, that means you're going to lose a few people along the way. And sometimes with love, that means that you gotta be sure. You gotta be sure, In a foreign land where our captors hold the power, but we thought the one thing you don't get is to keep us. You might have stole us and changed our history, but you don't get to keep us. And Juneteenth marks the day that we were like, yo, it's it, line in the sand. And man, that ideal alone fills me up with so much joy, especially now where African American peoples are once again as if not every day, but once again in a much more dramatic, as in a much more cataclysmic, I would even say. I'd go that far. Way we have to fight for our existence. We have to fight for the right to exist, because it's not just African Americans who happen to be committing a crime who are being shot mercilessly by law enforcement. No black person is saying the cops shouldn't arrest black people. What we're saying is you should be making arrests of black people, not murdering us. There's no freedom in that. There's none. And I feel like, once again, we're having to fight for the right to simply exist. It's not just criminals, it's little boys playing in the front yard. It's a man trying to make a living selling CDs out of the back of his trunk. It's a brother selling Lucy's on the block. It's a brother being accused of fraud, walking about the bank. It's a sister who just so happened to miss a traffic signal. It's a sister chilling at home with her baby. It's a sister chilling at home, minding her own damn business, laying up next to her boyfriend. It's a mother having to watch a cop almost empty a clip into her man with her baby in the back seat. It's a brother just looking at some paintball guns at a Walmart. It was a young man going for a neighborhood store walk for something to drink and something to snack on. It started with a boy minding his own business, walking down the side of the street, and a white woman told a lie. To be truly liberated, we must feel free in all aspects of life. Educationally, religiously, spiritually, politically, financially, and most of all, civilly. We built this place, brick and mortar, steel and stone. Ain't no way you gonna tell me I'm gonna be afraid to walk and live and be freely in my own house. That is not liberation. What's that, sister? Sada Shakur. Yeah, she said, I can't tell you what freedom is because I never had it. I can tell you what it isn't. And Juneteenth is a day for us to celebrate what we know to be true about freedom. And I feel like it's not so much us celebrating our current state of liberation. I don't feel like we've gotten that yet. But what I do feel like we celebrate on Juneteenth, I feel like we celebrate the fact or the opportunity. We celebrate that we're still here. I like to think of Black people as the forest that they set on fire, but we wouldn't burn. We toasted, we charred, be damned if we burn. And I think Juneteenth is a celebration of us still being here. And I feel like that is love for ourselves that keep us here. We love us too much to let us just perish underneath their need. We love us too much to simply perish underneath the weight of their badge, their gun, and their assumed power. We love us too much to just fade away underneath their prejudice and their racial bias. We love us too much to just simply fade. And if we do fade, we're not going quietly. We're not going quietly. You heard the drums by our hands when you pulled up to come get us. You're going to hear the drums of our hearts when we leave. You will hear flesh cringing and slithering and tightening upon flesh when we make black fists. You will hear us with every footstep that we take to take a tear gas bomb and chuck it back like a football that we should be able to freely throw in the middle of a concrete field. You will hear us because we love us too much to go quietly. Juneteenth is our day to celebrate loud. It is our day to celebrate loud. I would ask that we continue to honor that as best we can. Whatever it is you do it for the ancestors. Juneteenth celebration for me is a chance to do what my ancestor couldn't. One of my ancestors was a poet, was a performance artist. Hell, all of my ancestors were. And they didn't get to do that. They were too busy playing rice or picking cotton or shucking and jiving, singing songs that they didn't want to sing, doing jobs that they didn't want to do. I have that freedom and I'm not going to take that chance. Nah. This Juneteenth celebration, me being able to perform that piece for you guys, that was me doing it for the ancestors. That was me refusing to go quietly when they took so much in silence so that I could be loud. To be Black is to not go quietly. My name is Tony Styxx, and I appreciate you guys for having me. Happy Juneteenth.